Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server. It is time for a change of scenery, my friends. It's not very often we find ourselves out here on an iceberg. We are here to get ahead in the newest game that has taken the Hermitcraft server by storm, collecting Grian's head. And I believe the rules of the game are that if you find a Grian head, you are allowed to take it pretty much no matter what. The other rules of this game are that you must store your Grian heads by placing them down on the ground. Let's break into this room here. Let's also be smart and get rid of the water as we come in here. So technically, I can just take as many of these as I like. In fact, the water has helped us move some of these Grian blocks as well. We don't even have to break them ourselves. If only had a little bit more water. Well, this has got to be the easiest way ever, right? I mean, what a foolish way to store your Grian heads where someone can just come over here and take them. That's part of the fun, right, though? If we're going to store our Grian heads, because of course these are now our Grian heads, we've got to lock them in a secure area that other players can't get to. Well, I think before this episode, Iskal was in the lead, but now I am. Look at this, almost a stack of player heads. That was not a lot of hard work. Thanks, Iskal, by the way. Oh. So over here in the shopping area at the Giarian Pickle Shop, there is now a Grian head. And it says, welcome to the Grian Head Hunt. The head hunting game that will win you prizes. Giarian heads have been placed all over the server. All you have to do is collect as many as you can. The hermit with the most heads wins. Rules: you must not store any heads in any chests. You are not allowed to buy more Giarian heads. You can steal other Grian heads if you find them. That's right, peeps. Not against the rules to steal, although it might be mean-spirited. Grian will count the hermit heads supply on December the 1st. Good luck! This is the prize over here. More things get added over time. That's pretty good. And you may notice I actually only have 6 player heads. I didn't actually steal from Iskal. I couldn't do that. That would be too mean-spirited. But maybe you should give him a fair warning because he showed his vault on camera. That is a foolish thing to do in a competition like this. And now the water is going funky on me. Optifine refuses to work on my computer. Anyways, the big project is now, of course, the Nether Hub. I will participate in the Grian head game. However, I am going to be focusing my efforts mostly on the Nether Hub at the moment. And this wonderful building has popped up here from Mr. Cubfan. And me and Fulce were talking about the time that I slept in a bed in the Nether. Jeez. Check this out. Cubfan set up a beautiful temporary building over here for us to house all the materials. Now, I posted a list in the last episode of the materials that we were going to be working with. And I reckon what would be a really good idea over here is to perhaps put signs for what materials goes into chests. And then we can quantify how many of these chests should be divvied up for different resources. That way, you can come over here, you can drop in the black concrete and not overfill it, because I'm sure lots of people are going to be contributing. That is an idea that I might do. We'll come back to it in a moment. What I actually want to do straight away is talk about the rail line that I built in front of us. As strange as this may sound, at no point in the creation of this did I think about actually riding it with a minecart. Now, when we walk through here, we get a pretty good idea of what the view's like. In fact, if we sit in one, you can see it's a little bit lower and a little bit better. So, one of the criticisms that I had, that the view in here would be naff, that the glass would spoil the view. And it does make everything red tinted, but you can still see what's going on in this area. And I think maybe the position of the rail has something to do with that. I also had a few comments from people saying that what I should do is take off the roof, that it's going to spoil the view, and that it's a bit too bulky. I agree with the bulkiness. When it comes to spoiling the view, there is a lot to look at, but you can't look up and see the rainbow, for example. So there might be some merit to that. You know, I put this thing down so I could ride it, and there is a rail missing directly in front of it. That is just typical, isn't it? Anyway, let's ride it around here. We can see the view's okay. When we go up this bit, it gets a little bit more distorted. And going the other way, there is obviously less to look at on my left. But now it opens up a little bit, and you can can see kind of what's going on. Right over. Oh, geez, I need to get more rails in here so we can really experience it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the roof or not, but the one thing that I really do agree with from the criticism that I got in the comments, so thank you as always for giving me some feedback. Colour. The colour of this thing is very red, and it actually struck me not long after I built it when I was wrapping up all of my, my little chest monsters over here, putting them away. I looked over in there and I thought, that is really like one colour. You know, that is one thing. And so I reckon what we should possibly do is change out these granite blocks for andesite, and that would be those ones there, and then there would be like a grey post in it. But I'm hoping to meet up with Ren so we can discuss it a little bit further and figure out exactly what he wants for these rail lines. For now though, I have been placing signs, as you can see, lots and lots of them on the chests in this building that Cubfan made. And I think I've devised a really simple system for making sure we get the right amount of materials without people accidentally filling in items from where they've been taken out, right? Because we literally need double chests upon double chests of grey glass. So it'd be very easy for someone to fill this up and then someone else to empty it while we're building this. But if I find the last of these chests, you'll see there is some cobblestone in here. And this is the system that I have devised, that we have the exact amount that we need. So over here we have spaces for black concrete to be filled up all the way to the very last chest, which is that one there. And then we have some cobblestone. And then in these ones where we only need one chest of a particular material, we also have cobblestone. That one's got more in. We're essentially leaving these spaces open for people to put materials into. So the rules are going to be that you can put these materials in, but when you take them out for building, you have to put in a cobblestone block. So somewhere around here, there should be chests that say light block. Aha, here they are. Right, that one will be fully empty, and this is the last of the light blocks, so this one here has some cobblestone in. So if I come in and drop these in, that's fine, but when I take them out for building, what I've also then got to do is put in 2 cobblestone like that, and then that means that all of the chests can be filled up with materials, and slowly then they can all be filled up with cobblestone to represent that that material has been taken. I need to get a lot more sea lanterns for this project, and light blocks means that we can use glowstone and we can use jack-o'-lanterns as well. Did you just do that? And did you do it a second ago? Huh. That's really quite strange. Hey, I'm getting distracted here. I got a book and quill, we got a place to put this. I have also put something in the Discord for all the other hermits. Hopefully when they walk in, kind of catches your attention a little bit, right? Hey, look, there's a book over there. Maybe I should read it. Maybe I'll even put a sign with an arrow saying, read it. Anyway, here are some just basic instructions if you want to pause and read. You can. This is pretty much the same as what I put in our Discord, so everyone should now be in the know. This guy has been everywhere on this server, hasn't he? It's probably not the only one in the area. Ah, how convenient. It's nighttime. And I might as well take this thing with me since I blew my last bed up in the Nether. And we are here to do some glorious instant item repair. Beautiful. And the other one, please. That's amazing. This is my base. I feel like Rian is just giving me points at this point in time. It still feels weird to say point twice. Did he leave the cocoa beans on the ground? That is disrespectful right there. And another one right here. This is amusing. They're just everywhere. Cool. He even went around here as well. Okay, there's another 2. I believe that is all of them. And we are here back at the base to ravage my supplies and create some sea lanterns. Look at this. We got loads of this stuff lying around. Also, I disabled this farm right here in the corner. I made a mistake when building this because I use glass. It means that the guardians will fall downwards a lot slower, which means it's inefficient compared to guardians spawning in these 3 over here. As you can see, there are loads spawning right behind me. So I've ravaged my base of its resources, and we've managed to make this many sea lanterns, which is about 1/8 of what we need in total. So as you can guess, I need to do some AFK sessions in this area. Hey, Ren!
It's Uber!
Hi!
It's Uber!
Come back!
Dude! Wait!
Come back!
Oh, hang on, does this thing go around in a corner?
I am standing next to you right now.
Hello?
By the power of Minecraft bugs, I bring you a render. I'm gonna punch you. I can't punch you.
You're facing it. Whoa. You disappeared again.
Was I standing next to you as well?
Yeah, but you weren't looking at me. You were looking at...
Get out of your minecart.
Okay.
You just disappeared. We were both looking at ghosts of one another.
What?
So when I said I'm standing next to you, you thought, well, yeah, you're here, right?
This railway line is haunted, dude.
We got to do that again. We got to do it again. I'm going to ride on the right-hand side.
I'll go in the opposite direction that I went. Right.
I'm just going to go and I might bump into you.
Oh, I fell off the railway line. I'm an idiot.
Okay, that's the end of that experiment.
Oh.
Hi.
Yeah. Derp. Hi.
Oh. That was wonderful.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad I bumped into you. You are now inside. What? What is with you and minecarts, man? Jeez, there's a thumbnail moment if I ever saw one.
Dude, this looks like I've got a minecart necklace on. I mean, this is the most gangster necklace in Minecraft right now.
You're showing off your iron wealth right there. That looks seriously uncomfortable, though.
Yeah, it's kind of cutting off my circulation.
Yeah, try imagine trying to sleep with that thing on. So, dude, I built this, and I got a lot of feedback, and I want to get your feedback of all the people. I want to hear what you think.
I saw it on stream, and I was like, oh, I'm spoiling something here. And firstly, I want to say, my dude, this makes me very happy seeing this. Okay?
Awesome.
You know what? I want to get a little bit of a view from over here, just to show you all the peeps. This is the HRN starting to come to life on the server.
Absolutely.
And this pleases me, dude.
I'm glad it does.
I love the look. I feel like maybe, though, the roof is going to be a little bit of an impediment on the view.
You know, that's the big feedback thing that I got. And when I went into this, I really didn't think about the view. I thought about the view looking at it. If you are to just stand in here, it's pretty much the same as sitting in the minecart. You do have the view cut off, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of being in like a train. You look out the window, and then you have the views on your side. So I'm happy to tear out the roof if you think that's the way to go.
I mean, personally, I love the red glass because this is the red line, of course, and I think it's really cool, like looking through like the glass at the surroundings. But for me, the most important part of the view is this diagonal thing, right? Because when you're cruising down this hill, you have such an amazing view of the shopping district. Like if you're in the minecart without a roof, right? Yeah,
you're right. The roof hinders it here, hinders the view.
And what I was thinking is like, maybe instead of having a solid roof, maybe check it out. I'm just going to
a glass roof. Are you thinking?
Maybe, but I was thinking like maybe you just have support beams where you have the support beams where the lanterns are or the redstone lamps are, right? Like that's where you just have a little bit of a roof like going over the top. You see what I've done over here, right? It's just like
yes, I see. You sort of cut it out. That's a good idea. So that way, we can keep in the jungle.
Is like as you're traveling, like you pass through. It's cool passing through stuff above you in a railway line. Do you know what I'm saying? Like seeing the things go zoom, 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 like as you're traveling.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I can make that happen. Definitely going to keep the red glass. I didn't understand the criticism of the red glass because you can see through glass, so I don't know how it ruins the view.
Were peeps saying it ruins the view?
Yeah, that's the weird. I was like, well, but it's glass. The other thing that I got was something that I sussed out after this build had settled for a day. I came and looked at it and I went, it's really red. Yeah. Like it's all red. So I think what I'm going to do is change out both types of granite that you see. We've got the trim of the rough granite and we've got the polished granite. I'm going to change both of those to andesite, polished and rough, and then I think you'll have a nice two-tone thing going on here, you know. Bit of grey and then the red will pop.
Oh, it'll pop, pop quite nicely.
It will. Well, my dude, I will make those modifications for you, and then we can check in again perhaps and see if we think that's like the final design, if you like. So I've gathered up a little bit of andesite for making modifications to the rail. We're going to swap out some materials, try and adjust the roof, and I'm going to drop off these sea lanterns. It's over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Geez, 8 double chests of these we need. So here is the modified rail, and I gotta say those andesite supports do not work. I think we're gonna have to keep them as granite, but the material that we will change is this one right here, and that's what it looks like with rough andesite. It's quite the contrast, but this one right here really fits together well, so I think we're gonna go with some of this powder. I'm not sure what one it is. Grey concrete powder, yes, we're going to use that, and then that will be visible here in the middle of the line as well. We're going to keep the glass as is. I did a bunch of experiments on a live stream raising the height of it, and we've also got a new roof design where we take the roof out in the middle and we create these little segments right here. Now it looks good in this area, but when we get to the corner things start to get a little bit funky and look a little bit odd, and then you have this right here, which I don't think looks so good. But it's a whole different ball game when you're actually riding on this thing, because you can see the rainbow up there now, which we couldn't see before. And yeah, the view in general, look at this, absolutely fantastic. So although that bit looks a little bit funky, when you ride through it, the view is about 10 times better. So this is definitely the direction we are going in now. This build has a really nice vibe at night time. Also, the rainbow feels kind of strange in the night. As you'll probably tell, I've gone through and made these aesthetic adjustments all the way through, and then down here our line drops underneath Wells's wool shop, which was one of the things that I had sort of figured out when I built this thing coming over to this spot, right? So now it drops down with the same design that we have over on the other side, but then it has to go underground, and it's here that I've introduced this little kind of look, I guess. But I ran into a bit of a problem. I totally forgot that Wells's wool farm shop had a staircase, because of course the whole thing was underground, and so I had to speak to Wells and basically say, what can I do here? And he was like, do what you need to do, it's fine, you know, tear down the building if you want to. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep the building here because it kind of, you know, keeps the memory or the history of the area in place, right? And there was no need to tear the whole thing out. As you can see, we managed to just squeeze in directly behind it, but that meant I had to knock out the staircase to the sheep farm, which isn't being used anymore. So down here you can see it gets pretty plain. I just decided to throw in this terracotta, and I think it makes this tunnel feel very narrow, but at the same time it's underground and you're going to whiz through it in no time at all. So I think I'll actually keep it like that. Over here on this corner you might recognize what you're seeing. Side of the turtle head, that's my turtle shop, and when I first dug through to this spot I thought, oh no, not again, another obstacle. But then I thought, actually we can turn this into a win. We can make it part of the ride. So when you come down the tunnel here, you're going to look straight out ahead and you're going to be able to see into this area. So we're essentially going to combine this side of the rail and make a little lookout window, and you can look into this area and see the turtle, which I think would be really superb. So we're going to take care of that next, and after that's done, just a little upward stretch right here, and it comes right out to the middle of where the Hermit Rail Network station, that's the word, where the station is. Alright, we're riding the line down through here. That feels good, that's a nice transition. And then on our side we will have the window. Oh, that is looking good. You got just enough time to notice it as well. And coming back the other way, probably a similar thing. I'm really pleased with how that turned out, by the way. It looks good from both sides. I didn't just throw this thing in and make sure the view was good here. From the other side you can see it, and it all fits in really well. So now we are going to be building a line on the opposite side as well, and I wanted to take charge of this one because it's going to go right past our beach over there, and I've had some ideas for it for a while. In fact, we're pretty much going to be taking a very similar design approach as what we've already done, but changing the block palette. So it's not going to be made out of bricks. In fact, I'm thinking of making it out of stripped wood logs, and there's Ren over there working on his dock project, which by the way is fantastic, and it looks like, oh wow, oh the tools, that is really clever. And there is gold in here. We just found some pirate gold, peeps. Yes, but Rendog's project over here is looking absolutely awesome. Yes, look at that. This is actually a shop, and there are going to be these platforms where you can buy big stocks of like different stone bricks and granite and andesite and all that sort of stuff, and it just looks superb. I love this. Really cool project. So my friends, we have a look here that I think is absolutely wonderful. I'm not sure what else I can do to it really. Maybe there's a couple of parts of this that need some refinement. If we look over there, you can kind of see what's going on. We have birchwood over here, and we're stripping it for the support beams leading up. Now, I think they need some bulking out down at the bottom, and maybe some other details, like perhaps we could build some rocks around them to make them look better supported in the water. But the thing that I want to focus on is the layout here, because it's really nice. We're using 2 types of wood, and we're mixing it with sandstone, and it's all looking really nice. If I take a step back though, what I want you to notice is that we're not just sort of sporadically throwing in the jungle wood amongst the oak. Where we've got a strip there, we've also got a strip here, and I kind of want to make it look like sections of it are built with different types of wood. So you see how this extends all the way over to there, and then that bit kind of extends out as well following it. That's how we're going to be placing it down. So where I've gone and extended it all the way across here, there are patches that are jungle. Sometimes it's just oak all the way across, and oak is definitely going to be the dominant one. So on the outside we have the jungle trapdoors. I'm totally settled on that. We have this little shape right here coming on the outside that looks cool. And in the middle, what we're going to do is stick to using oak for this. So we have like some fence posts and fence gates that could potentially cover this middle section instead of glass, and then this post with a torch, because we used a redstone lamp at this intersection, and this block is actually powered. So if we put a rail there, it will be powered, and I don't want to put a lamp in again. So for now it's going to be a torch, but when 1.14 arrives, I think we're going to replace it with a lantern. Looks like Rendog is having a sale over here, and I could buy some logs, but he just gave me a double chest of them, and those are going to go into this thing right here because we are chewing through some wood, and it looks really cool. As you can see, I basically extended what I'd shown you and just built it for that section right there, so we get a good idea of what's going on here. We're going to extend it all the way down here. It goes straight for quite some time, then it turns over to the left, and I don't know. It's really cool. I like it so far, but I do need some feedback. As always, your help is appreciated when I get some comments, and I can, you know, figure out what other people see in this build and then take that on board. So leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of it, and as you probably suspect, that is where we're going to wrap this episode up. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you like this Hermitcraft Rail Network project. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you doing that. There's a green, there's a false. And that's where we're going to end the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
I'm not am I looking at you now?
You're now looking away from me.
Now I'm looking at you?
Nope. Keep turning. Okay, so now you're looking at me, and I'm looking at you where I am, and it's probably very different where you are.
Yeah, you need to turn like 90 degrees to your right. There you go. Now you're looking at me.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that is so weird, dude.
I'm going to try and shoot you with my bow. Yep, just went straight through you.
I'm going to try hit you. Yeah, it doesn't work. Man,
oh, trident.
So weird.
Fancy.